Alright guys, welcome back to Uncomfortable Chats. I know it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks going on now where I've been away, I've not filmed. It's been a lot going on. Obviously, I was away for my birthday and then I had the retreat that I had to teach at, and then I came back straight into work. Then I got ill. So it's been a lot. And obviously in between everything that's been going on emotionally and physically, how I'm feeling versus like what everyone sees on the surface level, I've just been feeling exhausted, genuinely. So this is why it's taken me so long to even film, and even filming this episode right now feels slightly out of my comfort, only because I don't really know what direction I want this take this episode, if that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we start things and we put so much energy and so much thought into things, and we want it to be exactly what we envisioned it to be. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. And I understand that, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't make it any less like annoying or painful or just like disappointing, like what you want. Like, for example, Uncomfortable Chats TikTok hasn't been doing very well. That's the reality, and it hasn't been doing well for the past few weeks. And I've kind of had to just bite the bullet and accept that it isn't doing well right now. But that's okay. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop, because nothing in life is ever easy. And you like, one time you might achieve something the first time. That's great, amazing. But 99 times is you're not always going to achieve it the first time. And that's the reality. And I understand that and I accept that. But like I said, it's disappointing and it's disheartening. And yeah, it's just that you could see the disappointment on my face. Like, my emotions, I don't hide them. My expressions, my facial features, like, they highlight them very much. So yeah, it's been interesting. I feel like I went through a high where it was like my birthday and feeling loved and feeling cared about, to just then work, being ill. And I've not been able to look back and appreciate the things that I've just done the way I would have wanted to. Yes, I analyze and I can appreciate and I'm present, but I've gone from one thing straight into another. And it's because of the lifestyle that I've chosen. The lifestyle I've chosen shows that I don't get to stop. I don't get to take time off, because if I don't work, I don't make money. That's the reality. But don't get me wrong, I genuinely love what I do, and I know how blessed I am with the life that I've created and the amount of free time that I have and freedom, like, is incredible. But what I think people don't talk about is the weight of which you carrying everything on your own always sits on you. Like, it's never not gonna sit on you. You're never not gonna feel the weight. So that's why Uncomfortable Chats, like, I feel the weight because it's mine. I've created this. I'm doing this. So when I speak to people that are employed, I'm not saying you don't have weight or you don't have stress. Trust me, I'm not saying that, because I've been there, done it, and I understand how stressful it can be. But at the end of the day, there's a level of like assurance and a safety net where you have a job, and there's certain processes that job or that employer has to follow before they just fire you, before certain things happen, right? Obviously it's not the case for everyone, but majority will. Whereas me, I could have shit just hit the fan and I'm like, fuck, what the hell am I gonna do now? I need to sort this out. So I always constantly need to be not 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead. So anything that I do that I'm putting my time into has to make sense for me. I can't second guess or question the things that I'm doing. I have to do it full force and just move forward. So that's where, with Uncomfortable Chats, the TikTok not doing so well, and obviously the last video not getting as many views as the other videos, it is disheartening, because you pour your heart into something, and this is not easy. So it's always going to be disappointing, but there's also going to be a very big reward at the end. And the reward is the satisfaction that you kept going and you kept persevering no matter what. And that joy, and at the end of it, when you do achieve what you're trying to achieve, it's so rewarding. And I was saying it to someone the other day, where I basically said, when you're trying to achieve something, when you have like an end goal and you want to achieve this, the best part of achieving that is going through this process, because the process is going to be tiring. It's going to be hard. Yes, I'm playing with this little towel, not me. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. You're going to have days where you scream, you shout, you fucking cry, you laugh, you joke. Like, there's going to be highs and lows. You're literally going to feel like this. But once you get to the end, you forget all the struggles and all the hardships. Like, I remember when I first had to create a business out of nowhere and how difficult it was. But I know the level of confidence that I have in myself and my ability of creating things and doing things and believing in myself, because I have no choice, is one of my superpowers. Because I'm like, don't fucking matter, I have to achieve it, I'm going to achieve it. So I did it, and I created that business. Now I'm doing Uncomfortable Chats. So I understand the process is never easy, but it doesn't make it like any less just like, it's hard. It's actually, it's not easy. Like, sometimes I think, okay, if I really wanted a different life for myself, I could just go back into recruitment, I could go into sales, or I could just go do this, and I could just live my day, like, day to day. But I don't want that. I want more for myself, as I've always had. So if you're someone who's also just biting your teeth right now and trying to make shit work, and it just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, that's when you have to keep going. Because it's so easy to stop, but it's so hard to carry on going. And the amount of people that have asked me, oh, Hunter, you haven't filmed, like, are you still doing Uncomfortable Chats? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm still doing it. Guys, I just need a break. Like, that was it. Because, and it wasn't by choice. You have to remember, it was my birthday, then I was away in Marbella, and I don't want to change the layout. I'm very particular about how I like things and how I want things and how I see things going, like, in my plan. So if I can control the variable, I only want to film these in my house, in my safe space. Like I spoke about in my other episode, this is my safe space. This is the only place I want to film. I could have filmed it when I was in Marbella. It would have looked great, the aesthetics, yeah. But I didn't want to. I wanted to film it when I'm here. And I guess sometimes by doing that, I'm gonna miss certain things, and I'm aware that I need to start filming more and talking about certain things, because I don't always talk. I'm telling my story, but I guess what I'm not getting across is 100% of the authenticity that I give off, and the advice I give off, and the people that I support, the people I look after, the guidance I give, especially to women, my clients. Like, I put a lot of effort into the people in my life, and I do that because I want to. And the wisdom and the guidance that I give isn't based off of judgment. It's not based, like, I'm not judging anyone. Like, I look at everyone's scenario and I analyze it. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? I was speaking to my girl earlier in the week, and I was telling her about something that had happened, and she was basically telling me, like, I've had this situation happen a few times with different, like, people where, like, I just needed to help them, or, like, for example, someone I know is struggling and I was supporting them, or I suggested this, or if it's a client, etc. And she's like, okay, so if you were going to do life coaching, because basically what you do, Hunter, is life coaching. And I said, yeah, well, that's a big part of it, because where I'm training women, I'm not just teaching you how to understand your body and how to train your body to achieve your goals. It's much more than that. I'm talking to you, I'm teaching you, I'm guiding you, I'm trying to instill self-love, self-belief, like resilience, determination. Like, I mean, there's things going on in your life, and I always say, like, I'm like my client's black book, because ain't no one ever gonna know anything we talk about. And the amount of times that I've done sessions with clients that were meant to be an hour ends up being 2 hours because we're talking. And I'm listening to certain things that they're having to say, and then I'm giving my put, and I'm like asking questions to understand them better, to understand, okay, but why have you done that? Why have you accepted this? Why has this happened? Is this because of something that is linked to your childhood? Is this something that's linked to something that's happened to you as an adult? Is this linked to something that's happened with your employer? Like, where is this? And then we're dissecting it and we're understanding it, and then we're like, okay, so this is something maybe you should think about doing. Or like, I'll give my client a task, or someone I know a task, and I'll say, try doing this and let me know how you feel after. Or let's implement this. And basically, my girl was asking me, she was like, so if you're gonna do life coaching, how would you do it? And I basically said I would break everything down in different sectors. So I would look at how you are in your life right now versus what were you like growing up as a child? What were like your happy memories or your sad memories? What were things that you don't think you've actually spoken about, but now as an adult, where do we think that could have been linked? And analyzing that right there. What were your natural behaviors? What are your learnt behaviors? Where's the pre-programming versus like the affected? So the environment, where has the pre-programmed, like as a child, like what you've learned, and then as an adult, your environment as an adult in society, how is that now wrapped together? How is that now affecting you? So from analyzing as a child, and then I would go from, I'm trying to remember how I said it to her, because I said it really good. You know when you say something really good and then you're like, I'm trying to repeat it again, I don't know if I can the way I did, but it's in my head. So I would analyze it from the childhood, and then from there the adulthood, and then in the adulthood we'd break this down and be like, okay, so what's work versus personal? Personal stems out to different things. And then I would break down relationships. Okay, what are your relationships like? And then past, what was your childhood growing up like? What was that like? Where does this all sit? And then we find the links and be able to understand things better. Okay, something happened in your childhood, is that why you carry over into your relationship? Okay, so what didn't happen, what did happen that now we need to acknowledge? Is it something that you need to talk to someone about? Is it something that you now need to realistically understand better so you can unprogram yourself? Like, analyze everything to a T, to the point where we're like, okay, this makes sense. What direction do you want to go in your life? Are you actually happy with what you're doing at work? Or do you want to try this? Is this something else you never did but you've always wanted to do? Like, and build out of that, because you have to remember where my experience comes from, building people's businesses and personas and being able to help them create something which they've always wanted to do but they didn't know how to do, is very important. The same with healing. So when you're trying to heal and bring things together, healing never stops. And this is what no one talks about. Everyone talks about, oh yeah, like I'm healed. What the fuck does that mean? Listen, I don't care what no one says to me. Ain't no one healed. Like, you have to understand, and I've done therapy, I've spoken to people, and I remember having therapists in the past that even them, outside of our session, because I've become quite close with them, I'm learning about all their shit, and I'm thinking, but you're a little batshit crazy, if I'm being totally honest. Like, just a little. Just a little. And there's reasons why I can say that and say that. But anyways, like, no one's perfect. We are all trying to understand ourselves and understand how to function, how to be, and how to unlearn and reprogram ourselves from the programming we previously had, which can be done. It's just about understanding how and why we're doing it. If you understand your why, then you just need to work out your how. How are you going to do it? It's your why. Like, what is important? Like, obviously, what is your what? But why? But why are these things happening? Once we understand the why, we can work on the how. So this is where I will never, ever try to display that I'm a healed person and that like, I have nothing else I need to heal. I've healed myself. No, we are always fucking healing. Like, things that used to affect me previously that I've worked on may not affect me now. Great, I've healed. I've worked on that. I've reprogrammed those responses to those situations, or my reactions to this or that. Like, I've worked on that. Great. But there may be something else in the future that happens that makes something else come out that I didn't even fucking know about. Guess what? I'm doing more work. So the work is always going to need to be done. And that's the reality. But I feel like this theme around being healed is bullshit. I'm telling you that right now for free. I'm telling you right now for free. There's no one I've ever met in my entire life. And I've met people from different classes, from different cultures, different backgrounds, different upbringings. That's like, yeah, I'm healed. Like, no. It's like when people think they know everything about this entire, like, you don't know everything. Knowledge is power, and no one knows everything. Like, we're constantly learning. So when people keep themselves in a box and want to be closed-minded and not want to heal or learn, then you're never going to get anywhere. It's when you drop your ego and you understand that, actually, in order for me to learn, in order for me to heal, I need to drop my ego, ask questions. I need to ask for help. I need to talk about things. And I understand it's never easy to talk about things. I struggle to talk about things. Don't get it twisted. I'm here talking to the fucking camera like it's easy, but it ain't. So that's the reality. Like, and like I said, over the past, okay, let me not go on a tangent. Obviously, how I wanted to start this episode, clearly I need to talk about what I'm talking about right now. Otherwise, I would have gone into the third foster home. But all of this, in terms of like me mentally, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that even though I'm going through all these things mentally, the amount of love and care and tenderness and support and guidance I'm still able to give is what brings me so much joy. Because even though I'm going through my own emotions and I'm going through my own stuff constantly, as we all do as humans, I'm still able to give so much, and that's what's priceless. So yeah, it's something I definitely want to do. I definitely want to do more life coaching because I enjoy doing it for my girls that I train, but I definitely want to do more of it because I feel like with these episodes, I'm not really displaying what I do or how I do, obviously, because I'm just talking about the past and how things have happened. But I want to talk more about the things I've done to overcome everything, because yes, there's tools that you can use, which is like journaling, talking to someone, singing, going gym, or just like an outlet, right? And I've used many different things, but also just being honest with myself. I think that was the biggest thing, was like anything and everything that's happening, being honest and talking about things when I need to talk about things. So I want to be able to offer a safe space for more people, because I do it now, like I said, but I want to do it more because I actually do enjoy it, and it brings a sense of joy in me, because I feel like I'm sharing the experiences and the knowledge that I've obtained from having to overcome certain things. And this is where I say to people, it doesn't matter your trauma. It doesn't matter what you've been through. Like, things don't shock me. Not because nothing is surprising, or I've been through everything, but just, I don't know, I understand what life we're living in, the world we're in. Like, a lot of things are very sad. So it's nice when you have people that are coming together to bring people together and actually want to see people do well and take care of them and actually show genuine care and support, because you don't always have that. So even me, when I have the people I have around me, I'm a very small circle, as I've mentioned before, I know that when they're showing me genuine love and care, it's coming from a place of love, true love. And when they're giving me their time, it's coming from a place of, because they want to see me do well, and they want to listen, they want to be there for me, they want to care for me. Same way when I do it for other people. And I want to be able to give that to more people, to know that they feel seen, they feel heard, and they're speaking to someone who's also been through fucked up shit, who's not going to judge them. This is a point I wanted to make. So, you know, I was speaking to my girl about this, and because she's also my client, like, with the way our relationship developed, I got nervous because she had seen me in a place where I was quite vulnerable. And obviously she's been very vulnerable with me, and I've been vulnerable with her. But like, this level of vulnerability that we're having now is slightly different. So yeah, like, I remember she was saying to me that she was like, oh, but she doesn't always feel comfortable being vulnerable, right? And I said to her, like, I get it, because I'm like, you're also my client, and sometimes it feels like when you're being vulnerable with someone, it makes you feel like you're weak, or like you've exposed yourself. And when you feel like you've exposed yourself, it feels like you're unsafe. Even though like you feel like, you know, you trust that person, you feel safe, sometimes it doesn't feel safe. Not because of them, but because you're not used to being vulnerable. And even though I'm used to being vulnerable, sometimes I'm very good at putting a wall up and blocking things out. And I'm aware that I've become comfortable with being vulnerable to the people I'm vulnerable with, but not everyone else around me, and this is not like shade, but not everyone knows how to make you feel comfortable to be vulnerable. So even if they want you to be, it's just not something that they know how to do. It's nothing bad, right? But yeah, like, she was saying that to me and I was saying that to her. Then she was like, yeah, so you feel the same thing I feel? And I said, yeah, but we have such a beautiful relationship, and I only want to see it blossom, and I only want to see the best for you, and I know you want to see the best for me. So this is good for us. Being vulnerable is good. Like, it's important. It doesn't make us weak. It doesn't make us like incompetent. It doesn't make us anything. Like, it's okay. Like, I can go sit there and cry a fucking river tomorrow and still go try to build Rome the next day. You know? Sensitive ass gangster. Like, that is the vibe. Like, we're all learning. We're all trying to be better and do better. What does that better look like? That is subject to what you think is better and what you want. But there's no right or wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously there's moral, like, compass that comes into play, like right from wrong. But at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be better. And even myself, I'm always trying to become better. And this is why I think I'm so sensitive, because I do wear my heart on my sleeve. So for example, there was a few comments that have been made recently that like threw me off guard. And because they threw me off guard, they hit me a little bit. Because anyone that knows me knows I'm actually really shy. And even though I'm very confident in my body and in my skin, it's taken me time to be confident in my body and my skin. So when I've had people make comments that, like, I know where they're coming from, like in terms of like, it's projection. It's not nice to hear it because it makes you feel uncomfortable, because it's like, okay, I don't like making people feel uncomfortable. So then when people project things onto me, and if I care about that person, it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable. Like, it will, because I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but then that person's not thinking about how that person just made me feel uncomfortable, especially when I'm just being me. And like, what you see is what you get, type of thing. Like, I'm not doing anything for extra attention or trying to get attention. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if anyone thinks I wear what I wear for attention, I genuinely don't give a fuck. And even me just realizing that my top's like this right now. There's gonna be someone fucking stupid in my comments on my TikTok watch being like, oh, your chest is out. Listen, the top will sit where I want to sit. If I want to sit there, it's gonna sit there. If I want it up here, it's gonna be up here, right? It's gonna sit where the fuck I want it to sit. That's just really, I don't want it this tight right here because then it's pulling. If I have it lower, then it opens up. Then it's nicer. But then someone's gonna make a comment being like, oh yeah, I tried to have her chest out on camera. Listen, we all have chest, we all have ass, we all have this, we all have, we all have the same shit. It's not that deep. Like, a body is a body. So yeah, that's just the way I see it. I don't think it's that deep. That makes sense. Like, you can tell the difference from someone who wants attention and is seeking the attention versus someone who just looks good. So next time you see someone who just looks good and who's not trying to fucking get attention, just compliment them. Show some love, man. Because you don't know if that person used to have insecurities to like not feel comfortable in their skin, or if they were overweight and now they've lost weight and now they feel good in themselves, or that person was anorexia and then now has gained some weight and she feels good in her skin. Or you don't know people's journeys. So when people are looking at people and judging them and trying to make them feel uncomfortable for them feeling comfortable in their own skin and what they're wearing, listen, leave them fucking be, okay? Like, why do we have to sit here and judge people and make people feel uncomfortable? If I think someone looks good, and if I see a woman that looks good, I'm gonna tell her, by the way, you look absolutely gorgeous. If I think her hair, her makeup, her nails, fucking toes, I don't care. She looks good, she looks good. Furthermore, sometimes it's not even appearance. If I just like someone's energy, I tell them. I say, do you know what? I like you. I like your vibe. Like, you're lovely. That's free. So yeah, I guess this whole point of this episode is just a little bit all over the place in the sense where it's like what I'm thinking of doing, what I want to do, how I'm handling uncomfortable chats right now in terms of TikToks and views and engagement, how I've just come back straight into work, but also dealing with certain things that have happened or made me feel a type of way, and how I'm like hiding in my shell slightly. But yeah, uncomfortable chats ain't stopping. Over my dead body. I didn't start this shit for it to fucking end, so we're gonna keep it going. And yeah, it ain't gonna be easy, but this is gonna be the first episode back. Obviously the next episode after this is gonna be the foster home, but I kind of want to gauge what type of content I want now. Like, I can't conform to Instagram bullshit and how everyone's making videos right now and TikToks about, they come right up in the camera and they're like, so what you need to do today, or the reason why you're not doing this, or da. I can't. Like, that's not me. What you see is what you're gonna get. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna talk, and I'm not prompting. I'm not sitting here thinking, okay, I'm gonna talk about this, I'm gonna talk about that. Maybe I should. I understand that. Like, I've done account management, I've done social media management, I've done content plans, I've done that for like coaches, and I've seen them thrive. But it's just not in me to make anything scripted. Like, I'm funny naturally. So, you know, it's just me. I'm not gonna try to make myself seem funnier than what I am. Fucking, I might break the internet. Not trying to do that. But yes, right now we're back. So everyone that's not watched the episode, catch up, please and thank you. Show some love, show some support. Like, we're getting this back on, because we ain't got time for this not to work. And even if this doesn't go as fucking far as I don't give a fuck. I just know where it's going and why I'm doing it, and that's why it's important. Okay? So everyone, take care, have a great day, and yeah, it is a shame that you guys didn't see my tan. The tan was great. It's now basically left me because it's been nearly 2.5 weeks. But yeah, no comments about my chest. I'm being dead ass serious. I will slap someone, I promise you. Yeah? Take care, have a great day. Bye.